Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you how to install a window into a perfectly good steel door. Stay tuned. Now, this is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm a little bit apprehensive. And I imagine that if you're going to be watching this video, this is your first time installing a window into a steel door, and you're probably a little bit apprehensive. So I'm going to show you my first attempt and walk you through the process. Now, what I've done here is I've gone to the dump and I've grabbed an old steel door that I'm going to practice on first. I've got a steel blade on my skill saw. I've got a jigsaw blade into my jigsaw with a steel blade as well. And I'm just going to wear ear protection, take my time, practice on the steel door first that I got from the dump before I dive into this really expensive steel door that I've got on my building here. All right, so this is just a cursory layout of where I want the window in the door, where this green tape is. The only thing is I'm going to sneak the door up a little higher and have a 5-inch space here rather than 6, just because I don't really want the window too far below the doorknob for aesthetic reasons, I guess. This is a door that is not 80 inches high, it's 75. So that means I have a little bit less door to work with here, but it should work out well. All right, so I'm just going to lay out my window opening. In this case, it's 23 by 37 is my rough opening. I'm using my Burn One tape measure, which starts at a 0 rather than the end of the tape. Really a handy thing. And I'm just going to mark it over here at 37. So I'm just going to double check here. 37, 23, and 23. So what I've done is I've centered this hole in the door so that it's going to look symmetrical. All right, so I got that marked out. I've taken the hinges off because they'll probably interfere with the saw. And I'm just going to flip this door over and do the same layout on the other side. Now this is the inside of the door. I use my combination square here to do these markings. I just find that, especially when you're uptight or nervous about a job, this takes reduces the human error out of the situation. So I've figured out previously that 6 1/4 off from the edge of the door will give me a 23-inch hole. So, bit of a change of plans here. I'm not liking how that exchanger blade, I don't like the way it's working on the door. It seems like it's dull already, and maybe it's not meant for that. Maybe it's meant for a lighter gauge metal. So I went and borrowed my neighbor's skill saw. It takes an 8 1/4 inch blade. This is a Walter zip cut. And I've done a little test on the dump door, and it seems to do a better job. I seem to have more control and it plunges through the door better. So wish me luck, because this is nerve-wracking. So, boy, what an ugly thing to do to a door. I'm not sure this styrofoam is the right call. So maybe I'll just move that out of the way of the cut on my next cut. Let's see what happens. All right, so I got that second cut done. I do think the styrofoam does help a little bit with the blowout on the other side. So I got it back in place. I'm going to try this cut here. Not entirely happy with this cut because it went off, especially on the bottom, by a little bit, but I have about 1/2 inch or 7/16 of play on each side as long as I remain within that 23 by 37. And that's why I've got this blue tape here, so that I know if I get into the blue tape, I'm going offline. So for this last cut, I'm also going to make a darker line because I find that pencil line a little bit hard to see when all those sparks are flying. All right, so I think what's happening is that blade gets really hot and starts to wander a bit, but I think I kept it online good enough. So we'll see. And I'll jigsaw the corners and hope for the best. So I'm just using a good quality axe file to take that burr off. Just take a couple of the marks off with mineral spirits. And I'll clean it up with rubbing alcohol after, because rubbing alcohol actually takes kind of the slick off that's left with mineral spirits, sort of a oily finish. All right, so I'm going to put these screws in gently, and I'm going to use a regular screwdriver or drill rather than an impact driver. Now I would say that once the door is standing up in the opening, that window is going to move up and down a lot freer because it's got gravity as a friend. Okay, the one thing I would say I would have done different is I would have put the window outside the building when I did all the cutting, because it's got a bunch of debris on it, and I'll just clean that up. Alright, so that's that window installed. I just have to put the plugs in the screw holes. One thing I did notice is that I tightened these screws a little bit too much, which made the sliding window a little bit difficult to slide up. So I backed them off a little bit. And hey, look at the view. So why I didn't have the supplier install a window in this door, I'll never know. But that is a done deal. Yeah, it was not fun and it was stressful, but I think that was my doing. I just was nervous about it, but it turned out really good. So if you have to install a window on a steel door, definitely doable. I'll make a couple of suggestions here when it comes to blades and saws and that sort of thing. But yeah, this is beautiful. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. I don't mind learning more from others, so please, if you have some tips about this process, let me know. And hey, check out the other videos in my Resort Restored series and also in my Tips and Tricks series, and I'll link it here.